I love that idea.
Yeah, it's part of the free content here. Ooh. Thank you. Okay. I'm Evan Clementino, and I offer bookkeeping and business intelligence to builders. If you look out the window for a couple minutes, you'll probably see a new construction company with a fresh new logo plastered all over their shiny new truck. The barriers to entry in the space are pretty low, but contractors have a really hard time scaling above $1 million. A lot of us entrepreneurs in the room, we know the deal. The first couple of years are spent just making sure the business survives and you're fending off all the potential chaos. And chaos for contractors looks like either underpricing a job severely or not getting paid for the work that you've done. And if you don't have money in the bank account, well, it's bye-bye builder. So I asked the question, how can we help promote the small contractors in our city to help survive and thrive and grow the city around us? And the answer to that is by hiring a wingman. Now, who is in a better position to do that than the bookkeeper? It sounds funny, but hear me out. We all know that hiring a bookkeeper adds value because it saves you time. That's simple. And at CBBB, we're interested in adding more value by going just beyond basic number crunching. With modern technology, the bookkeeping can be done in a high level of detail, and the tech does most of the grunt work, which allows us to go into next level detail and deliver data-driven insights, all focused on helping the businesses grow. When these insights are packaged in a simple, impactful, and custom-made report, the decision-making confidence boost received by these contractors is unbelievable. Now, the question that we're all asking is there any potential in this? And the truth is that it's unfolding as we speak. So I've been bookkeeping since June, and I've been selling since November. And since then, I've attracted about 15 prospects, and I've closed 4 of them. 2 of them are in my target market, which is contractors under $1 million who are under the age of 40 and don't have a university education. I figured that there's about 5,000 or just over 5,000 firms that fit that description in Canada for a market size of $78 million. And of that $78 million, I will grab a wild 61 grand this year. So where's the rest of the money going? Well, my competition is really first the wife or the partner of the contractor. That's who they're going to go to first, just to ask for some help. And then they're going to go to the accountant out of familiarity, or they're going to go to a freelance bookkeeper, and that's usually from a referral. We all know that our competition all offers brings unique value to the table, and our unique value is the exclusive service to small local contractors, and that is how we're driving profitability with CBBB. Thank you. Can you hold it for a second? Can I give you guys a mic here, just for the questions?
Sure. I don't think I can yell. I raised 2 boys. I can yell.
I'm more worried because it's got to pick up into my mic here.
Okay.
But actually, I can probably talk right here. Okay, I'll take some questions.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, it's okay. I don't need to be in the video there. Oh, thanks.
We do need to talk after, because I'm one of those people. So also mothers are your biggest competition, because my oldest son is a master's in industrial electrician. He has his own business he started. And he knows nothing about bookkeeping, nothing about business structure, or doesn't have the head for it. So I'm of course trying to help him. So I definitely understand the need and the demand for this. So good on you.
Thank you.
But what is I guess the same question I'd asked before is, what is your plan to scale? How do you plan to get the word out about this outside of, say, Kingston?
Yeah. It's, as I mentioned, it's definitely in the works. I'm still really figuring out the phrasing and how to become a viable and reliable and trustful source in the market, because that's really what this is. It's totally dependent on trust. Like your son went to his mom for help, right? That. Yeah. So I'm working on how can I be persistent and reliable, and how can people trust me, right? I'm a 25-year-old guy. I'm not an accountant. I don't have a CPA behind my name. So really, to me, that's just requires a lot of persistence, a lot of presence, and just proof of work. If I can get in with just a couple, show what I've done, then that can help snowball it, really. That's the scaling plan. And then from there, hire a bookkeeper, and then I can do more of the business intelligence side of things and do more of the face-to-face with the contractors.
Yeah, because these people aren't on social media. They don't tend to be on, surfing the web. They're not on social media accounts. They're just head down working, doing their own thing. So it's hard to reach them.
Interesting enough, I went into it with the same thought, and then I was working on the tools, and I realized the space of contractors on Instagram it's crazy.
Oh, really?
Like they're all looking to just go viral, posting time lapses or just like walk around like vlog style. And I was not really a fan of social media, but I was like, everyone's here. Like everyone is here. I have to be on here. And that has actually been a source of a lot of my lead generation, is just people finding me, and whether they're messaging me right away or they're like, it's me persistent. Like, oh, you followed me. Hey, how's it going? Like, I see you might be kind of interested. And that's how it starts.
No,
Yeah.
Fee for service, is it?
Yeah.
Pricing structure.
I charge a monthly fee. So that's another kind of like different approach to it. A lot of people just charge by the hour. And I always thought that was unfair to the contractor, because what's happening in the space is, never mind the compliance side of things, like bookkeepers aren't really getting the receipts. They're doing bookkeeping maybe once every 6 months or once every year. So the contractor's like, oh, yo, my bookkeeper is really cheap. And then tax season comes around and they're paying like $5,000, thinking, oh, that's just the bill of taxes. It's like, no, they've actually been doing a whole year worth of bookkeeping. At the end of the year, it's taking way longer than it should, and you're paying all of it at once. So flat fee, and at least they can understand part of the business, the financial understanding side. They can anticipate that overhead cost. Pricing wise, $750 a month for my mid-tier package, which is the business intelligence side. I do like around 300. It depends on the company, but for like their more standard bookkeeping, if they're way smaller and they don't see that value, but I'm always going to be pushing that customer report saying, yo, like this is what happened in your business this month. And then that's the idea for the upsell.
So I want to move away from the business. I want to talk about the pitch.
Please.
Your solution is brilliant. But for the pitch, why Clementino? What is CBB Clementino?
CBBB. My last name is Clementino.
So
my last name is Clementino.
Okay.
And then bookkeeping and business intelligence for builders. CBBB is the name, and then it's just the acronym. Yeah.
So it's a bit. From a brand perspective, it's a bit chaotic. You might want to go back and revisit what is one simple brand that you want to elevate.
Yeah, I get the mixed reviews on it.
Then still connected to that is that you need to come up front to talk about what problem you're solving. In a very simple way. We take care of your book so that you focus on the work. Something headline, punchy, because even your audience don't have as much patience to try to figure out what you're doing. So you need to be punchy from the get-go. I think I'll just to stop there for now.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Similar with the name too. I was thinking that as well. But from kind of the delivery of the output from some of the business intelligence and the reports, what's the process like for that? Obviously, the bookkeeping I can understand. What that value add, because it sounds like you've done a lot to build that trust with some of the people, and then from a scaling standpoint with business analytics and other things too, is that something that you're able to scale, and how much time does that take?
Yeah, good question. I can start with some context. So right now, like these guys don't even know what money in the bank account's theirs. Like they'll they might have like 80 grand in there, and they're like, I don't know how much is going towards taxes. So the analytics side of that is pretty simple. It's like, okay, let's look at your liabilities. What's due this year? And that's gonna be your taxes. Like, so you can only spend half of what's in your bank account or whatever. That was really the core metric. That and the job costing side of things, like did you make or lose money on this job? So the process is really, I take over the bookkeeping because that's like where the data capture happens, and it's just not happening right now. Like I am convinced that the tax filings are so wrong, like in terms of the separation between direct costs and indirect costs, and really where like these expenses are going. So first nailing down the bookkeeping, then you have accurate data, then it's giving that, like I was literally going static reports, Canva, just doing a couple graphs in Excel, or screenshotting them, and then just writing my notes and then saying like, okay, here's your overhead and here's your runway. Like if you make no more money, you can last another year and a half and then you're done. Like that kind of metric just gives some context. Scalability on that front, really like obviously like the whole AI and like the technological advancement part is there. For a small contractor, the analytics aren't too complicated. I have a university education, like I'm not like like an MBA or something like that, or a data analyst. And I actually think like in the scaling, I've thought about reaching out to other university students for that same like insight. Like I think they're all capable of just looking at a balance sheet and looking at an income statement and like pulling out some insights. Yeah. Thank you.